So, good evening, everyone. How are you doing? Happy Friday. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Appalachia's Homestead. Give me a hug. Ooh, don't you need them, honey? I do. Give me another one. Come on. Give me some sugar. Yes, 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 yes. Wow, a lot going on. Aren't you just tired of it? I mean, really. You know, we've been saying this for a while, which, again, thank you for being here, but we've been saying what I'm about to say for a long time. It is impossible to keep up with the news, whatever the news is. You know what I'm saying? It is impossible on a daily basis. It is impossible to keep up on an hourly basis. Everything that's going on all around you in your state, our country, the globe, I mean, it's just moment to moment, right? So we're just going to do the best that we can, and here's the best that I can do for you today. Folks, stay very, very busy. Simple, stupid. Don't get up in no business and you won't have no business. That's very simple, stupid. Stay very, very busy. But actually, it goes beyond that because I got an interesting question. I made a short and a reel yesterday talking about, if you haven't seen it, basically telling you that I had been to church and there was a prayer request for a child that's in the hospital here locally, a 3-year-old baby. That's a baby, y'all. With spinal meningitis, and that I had gone over to the gal who had requested the prayer. It was the godmother for the child at church, and I had basically said, hey, keep doing what you're doing, keep praying. God's got a mission for that baby, okay? 47 years ago, there was another baby laid up at Children's Hospital with spinal meningitis, had a 50% chance of making it. And if she did, she was going to be, quote, deaf, dumb, or mentally retarded. That's what they told my mom and daddy. Well, I'm here. Some days I choose not to hear things. I swear I can't see. That's why you see me fighting with my contacts all the time and all these glasses. And the other one you can debate for yourself. I'm sure people will bite on that as quickly as they can. But here's the deal, folks. I'm thriving. And I have a wonderful family, and I have a great life, and I have you in my life. And it's a reminder that we all have been through something, and we all have a mission. And I put that in my video and talked about that, and somebody said, well, what is my mission? Well, I can't answer that for you. That's between you and God. And what God tells you to do is probably going to be different than what God tells me to do, okay? But I have an idea, and I hope all of you take it seriously because I think it's going to bless you. So as we are entering a time of turmoil, as somebody said, I saw somebody say yesterday, I read on a comment somewhere late last night, that we're not stopping prophecy. Say that again. We're not stopping prophecy. And what and how and when things happen, I can't answer, and neither can you. Nobody can come up with a numeric formula to tell you exactly what's going to happen and when it's going to happen. Only God knows these things, and he can turn that any which way he wants to. And I do know one thing, however, and I think that you believe it, is that you are in the greatest spiritual warfare ever known to man, and it's going to continue to amp up. It's not just going to happen today or, you know, get a little fuzzy overnight. It's just going to continue to go, 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 go. And here's what I want to say to you. I have figured out that when I have a sense or feeling that things are a little bit more chaotic and I have no control over it, all I can do is control me, what I do, how I pray, what I think, how I respond to my environment, how I respond to my farm and my husband and my kids or whatever. I think most of you out there are in the same boat one way or another. You can only control your little world, right? But here's an impact that I really believe makes the difference. In addition to prayer, tomorrow I'm going to try to get this video up tonight, June the 13th. It's Friday the 13th. Whatever. We're praying on Friday the 13th, but here's the deal. So I made a decision, and you may find this silly, but I did something probably 6 to 8 weeks ago. And I didn't know why I did it. I had an idea about something, but I thought, you know what, I'm going to tuck this away and I'm going to make sure the timing is right. I got on Amazon and I bought, I think it's 25 maybe, or 30 of those little cutie tootie tiny Jesuses. I have one. Somebody sent me one in the mail, and it sits up in my, right in the top of my, every time I go to the sink, I see that baby Jesus. It's not a baby Jesus, but it's a tiny Jesus. People have them. They give them to each other. They have them in their cars, whatever. So I thought, I'm going to get some. And I have decided that tomorrow, since it's going to be all about a king, whatever, we're going to celebrate the only king. So tomorrow and through the weekend, hopefully I'll get them all done tomorrow, maybe into Father's Day, which is Sunday, which, by the way, happy Father's Day out there. Don't forget, ladies, don't forget, and boys too, don't forget your Papa Bear, right? Here's the thing. I'm going to take these little tiny Jesuses, and I'm going to make little goodie bags. And maybe put a little money in each of them, and I'm going to go pass them out to people. I don't know if I'll show up at the Walmart, the Co-op, the Weigels, Kroger, you know, the Skechers store somewhere. I don't know. I may have to drive to Pigeon Forge for that one. But I'm just saying, I'm going to hand them out. No random reason. I'm just going to let my gut guide me on who I'm going to give it to. I don't know. Maybe a child, maybe a mom, maybe a papa. I don't know. But I'm going to pass them out. And I'm going to put a little scripture in there. Maybe handwritten. I don't know. I'm going to do something. I'm letting the Lord just lead me on that. So tomorrow, in a day of stress, I'm going to start this weekend important project of being a servant to others, giving hope. And you can do something like this in many different ways. Prayer, you could go to a blessing box tomorrow close to you and donate 2 cans of soup. If all you've got is 2 cans of soup, then that's what you do. I'm inviting you for this weekend for us to be a servant to others. Yes, prayer is the most important thing. I get all of that. And we serve each other daily by being good, honest, loving, lawful citizens. I give you all of that. But you just never know what this is leading you to in terms of, you know, if I hand out 30 of them, do I think 30 people are going to come to Jesus? I hope so. Do I think 30 people are going to take it serious or seriously? I hope so. But you know, my goal is if just 1 or 2 have an impact made on them, that somebody somewhere today wanted to serve God and serve their fellow citizens by something precious, something meaningful, maybe a $5 or $10 bill to help them buy lunch today, something inexpensive, obviously, with all the inflation. But do you catch my drift? So instead of keeping up with all the world events this weekend, which don't stick your head in the sand, and watching all the things that could come about tomorrow, I want to invite you to plan to do something. And it's whatever you want to do. At this time, I feel my mission right now is to be a servant. I don't feel I fully understand what all that means, but I know that's the word. So I am just going to let God use me where and when and how I feel He's leading me to do so. And I'm going to pray on that. If I'm wrong, He changes His plans, I'm all up for it. But I'm just saying, giving a glimmer of hope. Somebody somewhere is thinking of you. Somebody wants something nice for you. Somebody cares. And most importantly, somebody has the guts to stand up and to be what we all should be. And most importantly, share God, share Jesus. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So today I went and got a few things for those little goodie bags. And again, like I said, I don't know what came over me. It's probably been, I'll have to look at my Amazon to know for sure, but it's been a good, probably 2 months, 6 to 8 weeks. And I ordered those, and they've just been sitting in my den. And this idea came about, and I went, you know, this weekend would be a great time to do that. You know, it may not all get done tomorrow, which is the 14th, but we're going to be the positive. We're going to stand for that. I may also do it for my Cherokee children, all the children from the Cherokee Language School that are coming for my farm tour. I'm going to have to get on it and order some more and do another goodie bag for them to take with them, because I like for them to take something with them. So maybe I'll do more for that too, that's coming up. But I just want to remind you that you do have a mission. If you don't know what that is, keep praying about it. God is going to show you what he wants you to do, how he wants you to do it on his timeline when he thinks you're ready. So maybe you need to pray. I'm guessing here. I'm not an expert in this, but my guess would be that you keep praying on it and searching for it and talking to God about it. And then one day, when he feels you're ready, I think he's going to turn it on like a faucet, baby, like a fire hydrant. And you're going to be so overwhelmed that you're just not going to know what to do with yourself other than to serve. So instead of us fighting each other, which I know this crowd is not, instead of us slandering each other, which I know this crowd is not, instead of us doing things that we know are a destruction to other things, places, people, and communities, and especially hearts, let's do something positive. So do what you can. Like I said, if it's one small thing, let that be it. Pray about it. But do something. Make sure you do something this weekend, especially tomorrow. Believe me, the world needs it far more than you can ever guess. Farm's doing great, lots of work. Oh my goodness, we're fighting to get things done in between rain. We have literally, after it's supposed to start raining here in about an hour, we'll see if it does, hope it doesn't. We're looking at this point, the next 7 to 8 days of rain, and some of the days have like a 70 to 90% chance. So again, work with what you got, and we're going to make the best of it. Godspeed, God bless. Lots of videos coming your way. Have a good, safe, peaceful weekend. Talk to your family and friends. Be the servant. Be bigger. Be the servant. More people are relying on you than you'll ever know. I can guarantee you that. I'll see you on the next video.